Hello, everybody. My name is Thor Young. I'm a moderator of Bear Bull Traders, and I would like to do a recap for you today. Today's recap is going to be an interesting one for you. I actually have in this recap where I've combined two different strategies together in order to create what I thought was a really cool trade. The first of those strategies is going to be the Rising Devil. Now, our own Brian Pezum, or our Prophet of Profit, has detailed this really cool trade that he uses, especially in the opening minute or so, where he's looking for an opening rally on a stock that's otherwise weak. Or strong, but this opening squeeze that happens at the beginning, you kind of short near the top of that off of large sellers, and then you get the return back down. So now, as you guys know, I'm a pivot trader, so I only trade off of my pivots. But I found myself in a very interesting area here, where I had two of these things line up, and I want to show you that now. Before I get onto the trade, if you could throw me a thumbs up, I'd really appreciate that, a little like, and also if you could subscribe to the channel, ring that bell. All right, thank you. On to the trade. So now, if you notice, I'm actually still in a trade right now on MU, hoping it kind of holds out. It looks like we're, maybe looking poised to break down. I went short again because we had a bidder appear low on the level 2. That's kind of dried out a bit now. So I'm not sure if we get that move down, but I'd really like to get something around like 88, around 88 if we happen to break down there. I'm going to go ahead and throw a couple orders out there just in case it goes, but it's holding here. I could just as easily get squeezed here now that I don't have clear direction on the level 2. So we'll see what happens. But as you can see on the daily, MU had earnings today, which is why I watched it. I really like earnings plays. I love good catalyst. So that's really what I'm going to be focused on today. And MU had a large gap. Now, what was interesting was that the large gap came on relatively lackluster earnings. So because of that, I was a little unconvinced by the gap. But as they say, sell the news when it's good news and buy it when it's bad. And this is a perfectly good example of that happening. All right, MU just squeezed up, so my stop just triggered. So I'm not going to get into another position on MU now. It's just starting to chop too much. So let's get on to that trade. So now what we're talking about here is we're talking about trading right off of R3 using a Rising Devil. Now R3, as we've detailed before, is that extreme area where we're looking for traverses to set up on wider range days. Since MU's already gapped, its range is actually pretty wide. So what we're going to be looking for was a failure of pre-market high. Now what I noticed was on the level 2 was we had a lot of orders sitting right at 69.50. So as a Rising Devil would dictate, what I'm going to be looking for is what happens at pre-market higher R3 when we wick through. Do we hit this order and then high selling comes in, or do we hit this order, we pull back, and then buying comes in? If we hit this order and selling comes in on the tape, then I'm going to short, right, just using either the high of the candle, or you can use high of R3, whatever, depending on how strict you're playing it. Now, since we had already lost really here, I felt very confident with this trade. So as it dropped here, I actually just dropped above 39.60 within the candle, really tight range, and I got a really beautiful drop on MU, really, really tight drop. I had a new hotkey that I was using, but it showed some inconsistency, so I didn't use it for this, but that would actually just drop a nickel, and that would have worked even better here. But we got this nice drop. I took a partial as we went through VWAP and another partial as we approached this low area of pre-market, and then I got more out as we dropped. And then I was actually going to hold in for a really nice drop to pre-market low for the rest. It didn't quite make it when it rallied and hit the open price. I did an add, took some off at VWAP, and then cut the rest of the position at what was now my new break even. All in all, really solid trade. Double my daily goal on it. And then we went up here. We kind of failed to get away from R3. We got pulled back inside. We pushed again, failed, and so on this failure, when we made this new 1 minute low, I decided I'd give it a try again. I went short at the new 1 minute low. I gave it the high of my candle, and then got a really nice move down to the opening price where I took a partial and then took the rest off at break even. I'm only going to take 2 trades on this one. I'm in a really good position, and right now the level 2 has become fairly balanced. If anything, I can see some excess building to the top side. So I think there could be more upward movement in this potentially, and if so, I don't want to be involved. So for right now, I'm going to take my two nice shorts here and my good goal and walk away happy. So I hope this was useful for everybody. Remember, when you're looking at these Rising Devil or R3 trades, what you're going to be looking at is the level 2 for prediction on this. You want to see an area where there's a lot of congregation of orders on your level 2. And when the price squeezes for those orders, it's not necessarily an instant fill, although you can limit order at those orders and just see if you get the rejection if you're feeling confident. Oh, speaking of rejections, look at MU's upside down hammer it just did off of R3. Darn, that's a really nice signal, but I'm not getting back in this thing regardless. So I hope everyone has a great day. I hope everyone traded well today and have a good one. Remember, short day this week, so take the profit you can get and be happy with it. It's not the day to really try and play the whole day trend. Probably going to be really choppy the next couple of days. So hope everyone has a great day, and as always, keep it green, y'all. Thanks. Have a good one.